The Nile River cuts through the heart of Egypt. It is a lifeline. It brings water to the parched land. This river was the key to life in ancient Egypt. Without it, there would be no lush fields, no bountiful harvests. The annual floods deposited rich silt on the banks. This fertile soil was ideal for agriculture. The Egyptians called their land Kemet, meaning black land, a testament to the Nile's life-giving silt. The Nile wasn't just a source of sustenance, it was a mode of transportation. People used boats to travel up and down the river. They traded goods and communicated with distant communities. This ease of movement facilitated the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. It fostered a sense of shared identity among the people. The Nile was more than a river, it was the backbone of a civilization. The river also shaped the Egyptian worldview. The annual floods, while life-giving, were also unpredictable and potentially destructive. This led the Egyptians to develop a deep respect for the forces of nature. They personified these forces as gods and goddesses. They sought to appease them through rituals and offerings. The Nile's rhythms were woven into the fabric of their religious beliefs. The ancient Egyptians understood the importance of harnessing the Nile's power. They developed sophisticated irrigation systems to manage the floodwaters. They built canals and reservoirs to direct the water to their fields. This allowed them to cultivate more land and produce surplus food. This surplus was essential for the growth of cities and the development of a complex society. Around 5000 BCE, small farming communities began to emerge along the Nile. These settlements were the seeds of ancient Egyptian civilization. Drawn by the fertile land and abundant resources, people settled and thrived. They built homes, cultivated crops, and domesticated animals. As their communities grew, so did their need for organization and leadership. Gradually, these settlements coalesced into larger political entities known as nomes. Each nome had its own local ruler and deity. They developed their own customs and traditions. Over time, competition for resources and influence led to conflicts between these nomes. This set the stage for the unification of Egypt. A pivotal moment in Egyptian history occurred around 3100 BCE. A ruler named Menes from the south conquered the north. He unified Upper and Lower Egypt under his rule. This marked the beginning of the dynastic period. Menes founded the first dynasty and established the capital at Memphis. The unification of Egypt under a single ruler had a profound impact on the course of its history. It ushered in an era of stability and prosperity. With a centralized government, resources could be managed more efficiently. Large-scale projects, such as the construction of pyramids and temples, became possible. The Nile River, with its predictable flooding, provided a sense of order and rhythm to Egyptian life. This rhythm is reflected in their art, religion, and social structure. The Egyptians developed a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. They used the stars, particularly Sirius, to predict the annual flood. The Egyptians believed in a pantheon of gods and goddesses who controlled the forces of nature. They believed that their pharaoh was the intermediary between the gods and the people. The pharaoh was responsible for maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order, through rituals and offerings. This divine kingship was a cornerstone of Egyptian civilization. Egyptian society was highly stratified with a clear hierarchy. At the top was the pharaoh, considered a living god. Below him were the priests, nobles, and scribes. The vast majority of the population were farmers, artisans, and laborers. Despite this rigid social structure, there was a degree of social mobility. Individuals could rise through the ranks based on their skills and achievements. The ancient Egyptians developed a distinctive artistic style characterized by grandeur and symbolism. Their monumental architecture, such as the pyramids and temples, were designed to inspire awe and reflect their religious beliefs. Their artwork, from intricate hieroglyphic writing to detailed tomb paintings, provides valuable insights into their beliefs, values, and daily life. The ancient Egyptians left behind a rich legacy that continues to fascinate and inspire us today. Their monumental architecture, such as the pyramids of Giza and the temples of Luxor, stand as testaments to their ingenuity and artistic skill. These structures are not only impressive feats of engineering, but also repositories of ancient knowledge and beliefs. The Egyptians made significant contributions to mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. They developed a calendar system based on the solar year. They had a sophisticated understanding of human anatomy and surgical techniques. Their knowledge and innovations influenced later civilizations, particularly the Greeks and Romans. The study of ancient Egypt, known as Egyptology, continues to unravel the mysteries of this ancient civilization. Archaeological excavations and the decipherment of hieroglyphics have provided us with a wealth of information about their history, culture, and beliefs. The enduring fascination with ancient Egypt is a testament to its enduring legacy. The story of ancient Egypt is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the enduring power of civilization. From the banks of the Nile River, they built a civilization that flourished for millennia. Their art, architecture, religion, and innovations left an indelible mark on the course of human history. Their story serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of civilizations and the enduring legacy of the past. Around 2686 BCE, a new era dawned in Egypt, the Old Kingdom. This period, spanning over 500 years, witnessed the flourishing of Egyptian civilization. It was a time of unprecedented peace and prosperity, marked by political stability, economic growth, and remarkable cultural achievements. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, achieved centuries earlier, now bore fruit as the kingdom thrived under a centralized government. The Old Kingdom was a time of great transformation. Small agricultural communities had grown into bustling cities. The pharaoh, now firmly established as a divine ruler, commanded immense power and resources. This newfound power found expression in ambitious building projects, most notably the pyramids, which stand today as enduring symbols of the Old Kingdom's grandeur. Central to the Old Kingdom's success was the development of a sophisticated administrative system. The pharaoh, considered a living god, ruled through a hierarchy of officials, scribes, and priests. This bureaucracy oversaw all aspects of life, from tax collection and irrigation to religious ceremonies and construction projects. This efficient administration ensured stability and allowed the pharaoh to exert control over the vast kingdom. The Nile River, with its predictable floods, continued to play a vital role in the lives of the Egyptians during the Old Kingdom. They refined their irrigation techniques, maximizing agricultural output. The abundance of food created a surplus, which fueled economic growth and allowed for specialization of labor. This surplus also provided the resources needed for large-scale construction projects and the support of a growing elite class. The pyramids of Giza are iconic symbols of the Old Kingdom, built with astonishing precision and scale. These structures reflect the ancient Egyptians' architectural ingenuity and belief in the afterlife. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built by Khufu, is a marvel of engineering. The construction of pyramids required thousands of skilled workers and advanced techniques. These monumental projects fostered national pride and stimulated economic activity. At the heart of ancient Egyptian society stood the pharaoh, the absolute ruler who held dominion over all aspects of life. More than just a king, the pharaoh was considered a living god, the embodiment of Horus, the god of kingship, and the intermediary between the gods and humankind. His word was law, his power absolute, and his authority unquestioned. The pharaoh's life was a delicate balance between earthly rule and divine responsibility. He oversaw all matters of state, commanded the army, enacted laws, and ensured the prosperity of his people. He also played a crucial role in maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order, through religious rituals, offerings to the gods, and the construction of temples and pyramids. The pharaoh's power was absolute, yet he was not above the law. He was expected to rule justly and wisely, upholding Ma'at and ensuring the well-being of his people. He was also bound by tradition and religious beliefs, which dictated his actions and responsibilities. Despite his divine status, the pharaoh was ultimately accountable to the gods for his actions. The pharaoh's image was carefully cultivated through propaganda and religious beliefs. He was depicted in statues and reliefs as a powerful and godlike figure, larger than life and radiating authority. His name was written in cartouches, oval-shaped symbols that signified his divine status. The pharaoh's image was everywhere, reminding the people of his power and their place in the cosmic order. While the pharaoh and the elite enjoyed a life of luxury and privilege, the majority of Egyptians were farmers, laborers, and artisans. Life for the common people was hard work, but it was also a time of peace and stability. The Nile's bounty provided sustenance, and the pharaoh's rule ensured order and protection from invaders. Farmers, the backbone of the Egyptian economy, worked the land according to the rhythm of the Nile's floods. They grew crops like wheat, barley, and flax, and raised livestock such as cattle, goats, and sheep. Surplus crops were collected as taxes and used to support the growing urban centers and the pharaoh's court. Life in the cities was bustling and diverse. Artisans skilled in crafts like pottery, weaving, and metalworking produced goods for both everyday use and religious purposes. Scribes, literate and highly valued, recorded transactions, kept accounts, and documented important events. Traders navigated the Nile, exchanging goods with distant communities and contributing to the kingdom's prosperity. Despite the rigid social hierarchy, there were opportunities for advancement. Talented individuals could rise through the ranks based on their skills and dedication. Scribes, for example, could attain positions of influence within the bureaucracy, while skilled artisans could find employment in the pharaoh's workshops, crafting luxurious goods for the elite. The Old Kingdom, for all its achievements, was not without its challenges. Towards the end of the era, a series of droughts brought famine and hardship to the land. The pharaoh's authority, once absolute, began to weaken as local governors, eager for power, challenged the central government. The kingdom, once united and strong, began to fragment. As the pharaoh's power waned, so too did the central government's control over its resources. The grand construction projects of the past, like the pyramids, became too costly to maintain. The bureaucracy, once efficient and well-organized, became riddled with corruption and inefficiency. The kingdom, weakened from within, became vulnerable to external threats. Internal strife and economic hardship led to a period of instability and chaos known as the First Intermediate Period. The Old Kingdom, once a beacon of stability and prosperity, collapsed, ushering in an era of division and uncertainty. Yet, even in the face of adversity, the Egyptian spirit endured. From the ashes of the Old Kingdom, a new era would rise, bringing with it its own challenges and triumphs. The collapse of the Old Kingdom serves as a reminder that even the most powerful civilizations are not immune to the forces of change. Drought, famine, political instability, and internal strife can weaken even the strongest foundations. Yet it is also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, as the Egyptians would overcome these challenges and rebuild their civilization in the centuries that followed. The First Intermediate Period cast a long shadow over Egypt. Yet from the ashes, the Middle Kingdom rose. Spanning from 2055 to 1650 BCE, it saw a resurgence of power and culture. The reunification was gradual and often violent. Mentuhotep II from Thebes ultimately prevailed. His victory marked the start of the Middle Kingdom. Thebes became the new capital, bringing stability and prosperity. The Middle Kingdom was a time of renewal and innovation. Mentuhotep II, the unifier of Egypt and founder of the Middle Kingdom, restored order, revived the economy, and ushered in a new era of peace and prosperity. He reasserted the pharaoh's divine right to rule, launched military campaigns to secure Egypt's borders, and expanded its influence into Nubia. His reign saw the construction of magnificent temples, such as his mortuary complex at Deir el-Bahri, which featured innovative architectural elements and stunning reliefs. Following Mentuhotep II's death, the Middle Kingdom flourished under the 12th dynasty, marked by political stability, economic prosperity, and a flowering of art, literature, and architecture. The pharaohs invested heavily in irrigation projects, developed new mining techniques, and maintained diplomatic relations with neighboring kingdoms. This period of peace allowed Egyptians to focus on cultural pursuits, with literature flourishing and scribes compiling collections of proverbs, moral teachings, and stories. The Middle Kingdom was a time of great artistic innovation and achievement, with Egyptian artists and architects developing new styles and techniques. Temples and tombs were adorned with stunning reliefs and sculptures, reflecting the grandeur and elegance of Middle Kingdom architecture. Statues of pharaohs, gods, and high officials were carved with remarkable realism and attention to detail, capturing both physical likeness and personality. The Middle Kingdom's decline began with weak rulers and internal strife, coinciding with the arrival of the Hyksos, who conquered northern Egypt. The Hyksos adopted many Egyptian customs and introduced new technologies like the chariot and composite bow. This period of division and foreign rule set the stage for the rise of the New Kingdom, a time of unprecedented power and prosperity. The New Kingdom, around 1550 to 1069 BCE, marked a golden age for Egypt, with reunification and the expulsion of the Hyksos by determined rulers from Thebes. Amos I, founder of the 18th dynasty, led the final assault against the Hyksos, reclaiming lost territories and ushering in an era of renewed strength. The New Kingdom pharaohs transformed Egypt into a formidable military power and invested heavily in grand building projects, reflecting the confidence and prosperity of the age. The New Kingdom pharaohs like Thutmose I, Thutmose III, and Amenhotep II expanded Egypt's dominion through daring military campaigns. They established garrisons, appointed governors, and created a system of tribute that enriched the royal coffers. The Battle of Kadesh, fought between Ramses II and the Hittites, showcased the military prowess of both sides and led to a peace treaty that stabilized the region. The military conquests of the New Kingdom pharaohs brought immense wealth, transforming Egypt into a land of unparalleled prosperity. The New Kingdom saw the construction of iconic temples like Karnak and Luxor, adorned with towering columns, colossal statues, and intricate reliefs. Trade flourished, and the arts and crafts produced luxury goods for the pharaoh's court and the growing wealthy class. Tutankhamun, ascending to the throne at 9, ruled for only a decade but left a lasting legacy with his intact tomb discovered by Howard Carter in 1922. His reign reversed his father Akhenaten's religious reforms, restoring traditional gods and moving the capital back to Thebes. Tutankhamun's tomb, filled with dazzling treasures, revealed the opulence and artistic brilliance of the New Kingdom. Ramses II, reigning for over 6 decades, was a prolific builder and formidable military commander, earning the title Ramses the Great. He expanded the temple complex at Karnak, built the Ramesseum, and carved the magnificent rock-cut temples of Abu Simbel. Ramses II's long and prosperous reign marked the height of New Kingdom power and influence, leaving a legacy of monumental architecture and military prowess. By the late 13th century BCE, internal strife, economic woes, and external threats began to chip away at the foundations of the New Kingdom. The growing power of the priesthood of Amun and the cost of maintaining the empire drained the royal treasury. External threats from the Libyans and the Sea Peoples further weakened Egypt's grip on its territories, setting in motion a slow decline. The new kingdom, once powerful, faced challenges that shook its foundations. Pharaoh's authority was challenged, and the vast empire became hard to control. The priesthood of Amun grew powerful, rivaling the pharaohs. Economic woes and internal strife weakened the pharaohs. Maintaining the empire became costly, draining the royal treasury. As the new kingdom entered its twilight years, internal strife further weakened the once mighty empire. Succession disputes, political intrigues, and power struggles within the royal family and the elite created instability and eroded the pharaoh's authority. The kingdom, once united under a strong central government, began to fragment. One notable example of internal strife was the reign of Akhenaten, the heretic pharaoh. Akhenaten's attempt to impose a monotheistic religion, worshipping the sun disk Aten, and suppress the traditional gods had met with fierce resistance from the priesthood and the populace. His religious reforms, coupled with his neglect of foreign affairs and the empire, created chaos and division within the kingdom. Although Akhenaten's successor, Tutankhamun, reversed his father's religious reforms and attempted to restore order, the damage was done. The Amarna period, as Akhenaten's reign is known, had weakened the pharaoh's authority, disrupted the social order, and alienated the powerful priesthood of Amun. Adding to the turmoil, the 20th dynasty, the last dynasty of the New Kingdom, was plagued by a series of weak rulers, palace conspiracies, and power struggles between rival factions. The pharaohs, no longer the strong and decisive leaders of old, became pawns in the hands of ambitious officials and priests. The once efficient bureaucracy, the backbone of the New Kingdom administration, became corrupt and inefficient. Tax collection faltered, corruption flourished, and local officials, taking advantage of the central government's weakness, enriched themselves at the expense of the state. The kingdom, weakened from within, became increasingly vulnerable to external threats. As the new kingdom declined, local powers began to assert their independence. Governors, priests, and landowners consolidated their power, forming independent entities. The Delta region grew increasingly independent, fielding armies and forming alliances. The high priests of Amun and Thebes became the de facto rulers of Upper Egypt. The kingdom fragmented, leading to disunity and vulnerability to foreign invaders. The new kingdom, once powerful, became a target for invaders. From the west came the Libyans, seeking land and plunder. From the north, the Sea Peoples launched devastating attacks. The Libyans infiltrated Egypt, settling in the delta. They intermarried, adopted customs, and formed dynasties. This weakened the pharaoh's authority and fragmented the kingdom. The Sea Peoples posed an even greater threat. They attacked the eastern Mediterranean, including Egypt. Their motives remain unclear. Ramses III repelled the Sea Peoples in fierce battles. However, these victories came at a heavy cost. The kingdom was exhausted by internal strife and economic woes. The New Kingdom's days were numbered. Egypt experienced further periods of foreign rule and decline. The New Kingdom's grandeur and power became a memory. Despite the fall of the New Kingdom, the legacy of ancient Egypt continued to resonate throughout the ancient world. The Egyptians' achievements in art, architecture, religion, and statecraft left an indelible mark on the civilizations that followed. Even in decline, Egypt remained a land of wonder and mystery, captivating travelers and conquerors alike. The Persians, under Cambyses II, conquered Egypt in the 6th century BCE. They adopted Egyptian customs and styled themselves as pharaohs. Alexander the Great also recognized Egypt's importance. He founded Alexandria, blending Greek and Egyptian traditions. The Ptolemaic dynasty embraced Egyptian culture, ruling for nearly 3 centuries. Even under Roman rule, Egypt remained a land of fascination and wonder. The Romans marveled at Egypt's ancient monuments and enduring legacy. The The sands of time have swallowed empires, buried cities, and silenced countless stories. Yet, ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished millennia ago, still captivates our collective imagination. The pyramids of Giza, those colossal sentinels rising from the desert, continue to inspire awe and wonder, their very existence a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. The allure of ancient Egypt lies not just in its monumental architecture, but also in the mysteries it holds. The hieroglyphs, those enigmatic symbols adorning temple walls and tombs, whispered secrets for centuries until their decipherment unlocked a treasure trove of knowledge, revealing glimpses into the Egyptians' beliefs, rituals, and daily lives. The pharaohs, those god-kings who ruled with absolute authority, continue to fascinate us. From the enigmatic Tutankhamun, the boy king whose tomb yielded a dazzling array of treasures, to Ramses II, the warrior pharaoh who sought to immortalize his reign through colossal statues and temples. Their names echo through history, forever linked to a civilization that continues to captivate our imagination. The Egyptians' quest for immortality, evident in their elaborate burial rituals and the treasures they took to the afterlife, speaks to a universal human desire to transcend death and leave a lasting legacy. Their belief in the afterlife, their intricate mythology, and their reverence for the natural world continue to intrigue and inspire, offering glimpses into a worldview vastly different from our own yet strangely familiar. The echoes of ancient Egypt resonate through time, influencing art, architecture, literature, and thought for centuries. The Greeks and Romans, captivated by Egypt's ancient wisdom and architectural prowess, drew inspiration from its legacy, incorporating Egyptian motifs into their own art and architecture. The Renaissance, with its thirst for knowledge and rediscovery of classical antiquity, sparked a renewed fascination with ancient Egypt. Scholars and artists alike turned to Egypt for inspiration, studying its art, deciphering its hieroglyphs, and incorporating its motifs into their own works. The obelisk, a towering symbol of ancient Egyptian power, became a coveted architectural element, gracing squares and plazas across Europe. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 reignited the world's fascination with ancient Egypt. The dazzling treasures, preserved for millennia beneath the sands, captured the public's imagination, sparking a craze for all things Egyptian. From fashion and jewelry to film and literature, Egyptian motifs became ubiquitous, reflecting a fascination with a civilization that seemed both familiar and alluringly exotic. Even today, ancient Egypt continues to inspire. Modern architects incorporate Egyptian elements into their designs, artists draw inspiration from its vibrant art and symbolism, and writers weave tales of pharaohs and pyramids, keeping the memory of this ancient civilization alive. Beyond its cultural influence, ancient Egypt left a lasting legacy in fields like mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The Egyptians' development of a calendar based on the solar year, their understanding of geometry, their astronomical observations, and their medical practices, though often intertwined with religious beliefs, demonstrate a remarkable level of intellectual curiosity and ingenuity. The Egyptians' knowledge of human anatomy, gained through the practice of mummification, contributed to their understanding of medicine. Their physicians developed treatments for a wide range of ailments using herbs, minerals, and even surgery. Their knowledge and practices, though often based on trial and error, laid the groundwork for the development of medicine in later civilizations. The Egyptians' contributions to engineering and architecture are perhaps their most enduring legacy. The pyramids, those colossal tombs built with astonishing precision, using only simple tools and human ingenuity, continue to astound engineers and architects today. Their construction techniques, their knowledge of mathematics and astronomy, and their ability to organize and manage vast workforces remain a source of wonder and inspiration. The Egyptians' legacy is not just about grand monuments and scientific achievements. It is also about their beliefs, their values, and their enduring quest for meaning in a world often filled with uncertainty. Their emphasis on balance, harmony, and order, embodied in the concept of Ma'at, offers valuable lessons for our own time. reminding us of the importance of living in harmony with nature and with each other. As we stand in the shadow of the pyramids, gazing upon the remnants of a civilization that flourished millennia ago, we feel a profound connection to the past. Ancient Egypt, though long gone, continues to speak to us, whispering tales of grandeur and decline, of human ambition, and the enduring power of the human spirit. The journey through ancient Egypt is a journey through time, a reminder that even the mightiest empires rise and fall, that change is the only constant. Yet, it is also a journey of discovery, revealing the enduring power of human creativity, the importance of preserving our cultural heritage, and the timeless lessons we can learn from the past. As the sun sets over the Nile, casting its golden glow on the temples and tombs, we are reminded that ancient Egypt is more than just a chapter in a history book. It is a living legacy, woven into the fabric of human civilization. Its influence continues to shape our world, inspiring us to reach for the stars, to unlock the secrets of the past, and to build a future worthy of our ancestors' dreams. The story of ancient Egypt is not just their story, it is our story, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, the interconnectedness of civilizations, and the timeless allure of a land where myth and history intertwine. And so, the journey continues, as we delve deeper into the mysteries of ancient Egypt, forever seeking to unravel its secrets and learn from its wisdom.